In this tutorial, you will learn how to submit the certification of material event form through a newly developed portal in the CDFI Funds Award Management and Information System, or AMIS. This new portal allows for electronic intake and processing of a submitted material event form. For recipients, the portal will enable the user to complete and submit the form entirely in AMIS and to receive communications if there is a request for additional information. The new portal also allows all of the CDFI Funds business units to review the content of the form simultaneously and to assess the impact on individual program, thereby reducing the time needed to process the submission. You should be aware that a material event includes any change in an organization's condition that may affect that entity's ability to meet the terms and conditions of an award. It may also relate to CDEs and CDFIs if events or conditions influence their ability to maintain certification requirements. Generally, these events must be reported within 30 days or as specified by the applicable agreement. Some common examples of material events include the replacement of key management officials, an adverse change in the condition of the business that would affect that entity's ability to carry out the terms and conditions of an award, a merger, consolidation, or acquisition involving an entity with an award, CDE, or CDFI certification, or any substantial change in the business of an entity. Please refer to your agreement for a more detailed list of applicable material events. To assist users, the CDFI Fund has provided several resources to better facilitate understanding the new procedures. These aids include a frequently asked question document to provide guidance on reporting common material events, a sample of the material event form, a user guide that details instructions on how to submit the form in AMIS, and a video tutorial outlining the process. These documents are available in the compliance and reporting section of all of the CDFI Funds programs. For example, on the New Markets program page, if you navigate towards step 5, compliance and reporting, there is a material events section with the documents previously described. The following is a summary of the changes in the material event module. Users can complete the certification of material event form entirely in AMIS. There's no longer a need to complete the form offline, sign it, and attach it to a service request. Identifying information is automatically populated based on the selected organization or submitter. The form can be submitted by any user linked to the organization with admin privileges. We'll now walk through how this process is implemented in AMIS. To initiate a material event form submission, the user must first create a service request. Once logged into AMIS, navigate to the service request, create new, select new. To access the service request, and fill out the required fields. Those fields are marked by a red asterisk. Depending on the nature of the material event, you can select a particular program. If there are multiple programs involved, the user can select compliance and reporting as the program area subject. The user will also have to complete the subject and description sections. In this case, we're reporting a change in management. After clicking Save, you'll be directed to the service request record page. Click on the upside down triangle that's located next to the printable view and select Open Material Event Form. This will provide you access to the Material Event Form template. As you navigate down, you will be required to complete all fields with an asterisk. AMIS will allow you to select the organization, once selected, certain data points will be automatically populated. In this case, EIN and UEI numbers will be populated based on the name selected for the organization. If applicable, or if the material event is particular to a certification, you can select the certification number. Similarly, if the material event is specific to an award or an allocation or a bond agreement, you can select that too. Please note, AMIS will allow you to select multiple awards if available. You will also have to provide a contact for the material event being submitted. Similar to above, once a name is selected, contact information such as address, telephone number, and street address will automatically be populated based on the selected name. The user will also have to indicate what is the material event in section B. The first 14 options relate to all programs. In this case, we're saying it's a replacement of a key management official. Please note, the remaining sections contain program-specific material events that are found in the allocation or assistance agreements. As you navigate down towards the bottom of the form, sections C and D are also required fields. Section C requires a narrative explaining the event. And section D asks how the organization intends to correct the event. In addition, any supporting documents can be uploaded. For example, a resume of the new personnel, court filings, merger documents, or proof of an organization's name change. Such documentations can be done via the upload file feature. Please note, if all required fields are not selected, you will not be able to submit the form. An error message will appear that needs to be corrected before submission. In this case, it is required that the signature box be checked. So once you have completed all required fields and submit, the record will be locked and the fund will send an email to acknowledge the service request was received. After the material event form is submitted, the CDFI fund will review the information and may request additional clarification or documentation. Any requests for additional information will be sent via email with a link to the service request and material event form. By clicking in the link embedded in the email, you will be directed to the Material Event Review Records page. On the Material Event Detail page, you will see any requests made by the various business units. In this case, the Office of CCME, OCME, is asking for a resume. To upload any additional documentation, such as that resume, the user can navigate to the related tab, choose Upload File, and attach additional documentation. It is also recommended that once that task is completed, that the user navigates back to the service request itself and add a comment indicating that they have completed the task. And that comment should be added under the service request comments public section by clicking on New and adding any comments. In this case, we're going to indicate additional documentation was uploaded. Once the CDFI fund has completed its review and assessment, the service request connected to Material Event filing will be marked as closed and the submitter notified of this resolution. The following is a quick synopsis of the process just covered in AMIS. It all starts by creating a service request. To initiate a material event submission, a service request is needed. Once that service request is created, add a material event form by selecting Open Material Event Form. Next, identify the material events in the form. Complete all required fields and upload any documentation before clicking Submit. Resources and instructions are available in the compliance reporting section of any of the CDFI funds programs. If you have questions after reviewing the instructions, please submit a service request. This concludes our presentation on completing and submitting a material event form via AMIS.